Box jumps are one of those exercises you'll find that show up in the middle of a CrossFit workout, used primarily as just a means to get you out of breath. One of the common things that I've noticed in the middle of CrossFit WODs is people always feeling the need to, for some reason, perform box jumps. In most CrossFit WODs, you'll find that a step up is acceptable. You can do this a couple of different ways. Number one, obviously, you can just alternate legs one after the other, stepping on the box. But for most CrossFit workouts, they also don't have a requirement that you can't place your hands on your thighs and use your arms to help you stand up. This is a great technique if you find yourself in the middle of a workout having to do box jumps but not having the wind or the stamina to be able to complete them. Do not hesitate to switch to a step up. When you start your box jumps, you want to approach the box the same way you would approach a squat or a front squat or an overhead squat. You want those feet jumping distance apart, feet turned slightly outward. You want to make sure that you're using your hips as your main mode of generating upward momentum. You're also going to notice that you want to be using your arms and your shoulders to create upward motion. It's going to lift you up off the floor and carry your body on top of the box. Most CrossFit workouts require you to show an element of control once you land on top of the box, which means you cannot land with bent knees and quickly return to the floor. You actually have to come to the full standing position. From there, you can use your elastic rebound out of the bottom to continue your box jumps. A lot of people jump on the box, jump off the box, gather themselves on the floor, and then jump back on the box. However, if you do that, you're eliminating that elastic response that you get from the tendons, ligaments, and your ankles and knees. So what I would recommend is actually, if you have to pause on top of the box and rebound off the floor, never staying on the floor for very long at all. This can be hard on your knees, so for those of you who have maybe bad ankles or bad knees, you might want to return to the floor doing a step down. The last little variation you're going to see on that box jump is where you actually step off the box with your hands above your head, and as you hit the floor for your rebound, you're going to thrust your hands quickly to the floor, which is going to create some upward momentum. It's pretty much a personal preference on your box jumps. Main rule of thumb: don't hesitate to switch to step ups if you need to. In the broad jump, you're going to find many of the same principles carry over from the box jump. Obviously, your hips and your arms are probably the most important elements to this exercise, other than your legs. You're going to start with your hands over your head, full extension of the hips. You're slowly going to bring yourself down to the squat position with your arms behind your back. From here, you're going to transition or shift your weight into the toes, and from there, you're going to fling your arms out in front of you as hard as you can. The goal here is to try to look like Superman as you're flying through the air. The principle is the more parallel you are to the ground, the less wind resistance you're creating, and you're also allowing yourself to come to full extension. Make sure those arms and legs fully extend in front and behind the body. When you land, you need to make sure you stick your landing. So make sure you land nice and soft by landing in that full squat position with a deep knee bend. Most broad jumps will be marked from your heels, and if you stumble forward or backward or place your hand on the ground, that will disqualify you.